Have you ever wondered what secrets your house might be hiding? I mean, really hiding. I thought I knew every inch of my home, a place I've lived in for over a decade. It's an old house built in the 1920s, full of creaks and groans that I've come to know and love. But what I discovered a few weeks ago has completely changed how I see this place. It all started with a simple, annoying problem: a draft in the living room. No matter how much I sealed the windows or checked the fireplace flue, this one corner of the room was always inexplicably cold. I'd just accepted it as one of the quirks of an old house. But one Saturday, I was determined to find the source. I was on my hands and knees, pressing along the baseboards, feeling for any tiny gap. That's when I noticed something odd about the hardwood floor. In that cold corner, tucked away under a heavy bookshelf that I hadn't moved in years, one of the floorboards looked different. The grain didn't quite match, and there was a tiny, almost invisible seam around it. Curiosity took over. I emptied the bookshelf and heaved it aside. Getting my fingers under the edge of that board was tough, but after a bit of prying, it lifted up, and underneath was not solid subfloor. It was a ring, a small, rusty iron ring set into what looked like a trapdoor. My heart started pounding. A trapdoor in my living room. I hesitated for a good 10 minutes, my mind racing. Was this a good idea? What could possibly be down there? But there was no way I could just close it up and pretend I hadn't seen it. I took a deep breath, gripped the cold iron ring and pulled. It was heavy, and it opened with a deep groaning sound that echoed from below. A wave of cool, musty air washed over me. It smelled like damp earth and time itself. Peering into the darkness, I could just make out a set of steep stone steps leading down into blackness. I grabbed the brightest flashlight I owned and aimed its beam into the void. The light cut through the dark, revealing a small stone-walled room to hidden basement. A cellar that wasn't on any of the house plans. Slowly, carefully, I made my way down the stone steps. They were slick with a thin layer of dampness. The air grew colder with each step. The room at the bottom was small, maybe 10 by 10 feet, with a low arched ceiling. The walls were rough-hewn stone, and the floor was just packed earth. It felt ancient, like a place forgotten by the world above. In the center of the room was a single, rickety wooden table, and on that table was an old leather-bound journal and a dusty, corked bottle. My hands were trembling slightly as I reached for the journal. The leather was cracked with age, and the pages were yellowed and fragile. The handwriting inside was an elegant looping script dated 1928. It was a diary. It belonged to a man who lived here during Prohibition. This hidden cellar, he wrote, was his secret. It wasn't just for storage. It was his private speakeasy, a place to hide his homemade spirits from the law and share a quiet drink with a few trusted friends. He wrote about the fear of being discovered, the thrill of the secrecy, and the nights spent in this very room, listening to the world go by overhead, safe in his hidden sanctuary. The bottle on the table. According to the last entry, it was his finest batch, saved for a special occasion that never came. He moved away suddenly and sealed the room, hoping to return one day, but he never did. He left his secret behind, waiting for someone to find it almost a century later. Finding this room, this story, has been absolutely incredible. It's like I've uncovered a time capsule. My house is no longer just a building. It's a keeper of secrets, a vessel of history. That annoying draft that started it all. It was the house, whispering its story, waiting for someone to finally listen. I still haven't decided what to do with the bottle. For now, it and the journal remain on the table, a tribute to the man who built this secret world beneath my feet. It just goes to show you never truly know what history lies hidden just beneath the surface. Thanks for listening to my crazy discovery. If you have any stories about your own home, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures.